Hello, Geminis. Welcome to your monthly reading. Excuse me. Had to crack my bones. For August 2019 on the Watch Natalie channel, spelled Natalee. Remember that there is no such thing as time, only energy and attention. When someone says, I don't have time for this, I don't have time for you, what they're really saying is, you're not a priority. This is not a priority. Everyone has the same amount of time everyone has right now. That's the truth. Okay, remember that your energy and attention spiral. You put energy into something, it sets off a karmic reaction. Okay, that's what we mean when we say resonate. So when I say resonate, we mean that the energy that we're doing in this reading, the energy work that we do here, it's not time specific. It doesn't have to be for August. It could resonate with you at any point that you watch this video is when you're meant to hear the messages. Your intuition will tell you if it's resonating, because I take the energy that you are vibrating at, if I'm connecting to it, and I put it through my conduit filter, and it comes out in these tarot cards and my interpretation of these tarot readings, and then you know, oh, that's totally what's going on in my life right now, or no, it's not it at all. Okay, so cross watchers, I might be talking to you as well. This reading is for Gemini ascendants, Gemini suns, and Gemini moons. Okay, so make sure to watch all 3 videos for all 3 of your signs for complete resonance, to resonate on all of the levels, the physical 3D level, the personality ego level, as well as the emotional mental level. Okay, let's see what we have for Geminis in the month of August 2019. We have 3 cards, 4 cards. Wow. Hold on. I'm going to just, my dog. Okay, I'm back. I just had to settle her down. She's nice and in her, she's nice and relaxed in her bed. Ooh, Gemini. Mercury retrograde going direct. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the 4 cards that came out. Sorry. Okay, you have a lot going on this month. This month, Geminis, it's a lot. Okay, so we have the 8 of Swords. Yes, the 8 of Swords, the Chariot, the High Priestess, and the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups, let me start with that one because it's the happiest looking card. The 10 of Cups is perfect human love. It's perfection of human love, okay? It's absolutely just, it's as good as it gets. It's perfect, it's evolved, it's really special, okay? It's just like a really special, perfect card, perfect human love, everything. It's altered, it's blended. We have to take it with the rest of the cards. So blended with the High Priestess, the Chariot, and the 8 of Swords, this is all hidden from you. It is all, the Chariot is your drive. It's your wanting of it. It's your trying to move towards it. And the High Priestess is the subconscious. And the 8 of Swords is actually you telling yourself, you're giving yourself negative feedback about your own ambition, about your ability to manifest, about your sense of victory. I mean, you need ego here. You need like a healthy functioning ego, because right now you're just negative self-talk to yourself about, it's like you're putting everything down. You're putting the Chariot down. You're putting the High Priestess down. You're putting even the 10 of Cups down. You're putting it all down, and it's all totally a mind trip. You've got to like puzzle piece your way out of this mentally. Okay, Gemini? Even how I began was like scattered, and then the dog, and then this, and then my words. So it's like, I feel like that's this tone that you're taking in August, is that you've got to free yourself. She can actually take the blindfold off, she has her little shoesies on. She can just walk away from those swords at any time, and you just don't feel like you can. You don't think that you can. This is a residual of negative self-programming. This is when you were growing up. someone, a parent most likely, talked down to you. They talked negatively to you. They were overly critical. They could have been downright cruel and mean and like sort of sadistic, but they trained you, they groomed you to do this to yourself now that you are a free thinking and acting adult. Their programming lives on, even though they're not with you all the time, all day, every day, like when you were a little small child. The negative impact that they had on you is surviving and it's thriving. It's taking over your chariot. It's taking over your intuition. It's taking over your 10 of Cups, perfected human love, happiness, Gemini. This is a big deal, okay? It's a big deal, and I want to help you free yourself of this. I'm just hoping that there's not any Gemini that's like mad at me right now, that's like watching this video, like just putting it all down. Hopefully the Gemini I'm connecting with is watching this reading, and the energy work that we're doing in this reading is really helpful for you, because that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this, because by golly, if we can all just get along, you know, it's a joke, obviously. Okay. Hold on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was probably loud. I could have done it like that way, but my hair is all messed up. Okay, moving on. Oh, what else do we have for Gemini in the month of August? See, you're showing up locked up mentally. You actually have the Chariot. There's victory right under your nose. You actually have a well-functioning intuition. If you would just give her some confidence, if you just give her like a leg up, you actually have a 10 of Cups, perfect human love relationship right under your nose again, Gemini. I swear it's right in front of you, but you can't see it because you have your own blindfold on that you're not taking off. Holding my breath. What cards are these? Okay. The Six of Swords with the Hermit. You know, everyone is on their own journey, Gemini. None of us judge the other. I mean, at least on the Watch Natalie channel, we don't judge people. I don't judge you. I don't judge anybody, because it's taken me so long to learn certain things. Why would I judge someone else for how long it takes them to learn something when it took me freaking forever to learn something? You know, so it's for me, that's silly. That doesn't make any logical sense. It's nonsensical. I'm connecting with a Gemini cross watcher that will need to leave, that needed to leave. They already left a turbulent situation. I almost said turbulent. Troubled and turbulent situation. They either did this in the recent past, or they're doing it right now, or they need to do it like immediately in the month of August. So the Gemini that I'm connecting to, you'll be able to see as we begin August if they had recently left a bad relationship, an insecure home environment, whatever, or if they're in the process of moving, if they have all their stuff over there and they still have to call the people, or whatever this is, a job situation. It could even be a job situation that you're needing to leave behind, or they just left it behind. And as we go into August, it kicks off the healing. But whatever this is, at whatever stage that this Gemini is going through, they have to leave. They have to move away, sail away, and they have to have their Hermit moment. The Hermit, this came up in a personal reading today, actually. So let me just get up. Okay, Gemini. For those of you that have not clicked off out of this reading, the Hermit goes up to the top of the mountain to be alone, to be with themselves, to be with their pain. They have to get to a safe place to go through and unpack the pain. Only when you're an adult in adulthood, at a certain point, will you feel safe enough where you can go through hell again and relive the worst memories of your childhood again, and the worst experiences of your failed relationships and your toxic relationships and your abusive relationships, and how you were horrible to yourself and how you let other people treat you and the way other people treated you, all of that. There's a moment that you'll need to take to examine all of that, to feel it all over again. And in that pain, letting yourself feel the pain, not avoiding it, not numbing it, not ignoring it, but to let yourself feel it in the privacy and in the safety of this top of the mountain top is when you call out and you look for answers. Why? How did this happen? Why did this happen? What led me here? How did I get here? How did it get like this? And only when you're in the depths of your pain, when you're really feeling it, the absolute worst, that's when you hear answers. That's when you get the answers. It has to be a very sincere desire for truth, or it won't happen. You have to be ready to face the truth, to accept the truth, to understand the truth, whatever that is. Otherwise, you will continue to avoid it. You will continue to put it off. You will continue to suffer. You will continue to self-sabotage all of these wonderful things that you have available to you. Your relationship with yourself, your intuition, your 10 of Cups, happiness, your family, your love, your life, your light, your victory, your independence, your sense of place in the world, where you belong in the world, who you are in the world. I mean, it's really everything that's at stake here, Gemini. This could be a make or break month for you. For some Geminis, you're going to use all of this energy and you're going to free yourself from this self-imposed bondage. But it's for the Geminis that really want it. Your soul has to really want it. I am connecting with a Gemini whose soul really wants it. And they'll be the ones who move away. They leave something behind in order to go up to the mountain and have their own moment. They go to the top of the mountain and they are brave enough to face the truth because they can't stand to live without it anymore. They can't stand to ignore it or to numb it or to lie to themselves about it. And when they face it, that truth, they feel the pain of that truth, that's what changes you. You let that change you. You let that work on you. That understanding, that feeling, that growth, the sobbing on your hands and knees, and the dark night of the soul moment on the kitchen floor, that's the moment that changes you and alchemizes your pain to providence. That's the process of alchemization that turns that pain into wisdom. That's what the Hermit goes through at the top of the mountain. He has that light of truth that he follows, and that's how he got there. In the middle of the darkness, that one little light was shining. You follow your own light, Gemini, whatever that is, wherever it leads you to the truth. It is the truth. That's why the Hermit is a wise person with that cloak. They cover that light. They don't show it to everyone. They don't share it with everyone because not everyone will understand. Everyone else, when they go back down the mountain, is going to be, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want the truth. I'm avoiding it. I'm denying it. I'm lying to myself. The Hermit comes back down the mountain to share what they've learned with those who want to learn from them as well. Gemini rules communication. Gemini rules relating, talking to each other. If you do this in the month of August, Gemini, you could prove to be a very wise spiritual asset to the global community. You could take everything that you've learned and you could speak it. You can go on YouTube. You can start a channel. You can write a blog. You can start, anything. Geminis need to talk to someone in order to understand what they really think and how they really feel about things. Okay, it's a lot of talking and you need to talk it out, but after you talk to yourself first. Okay, Gemini. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'm on your side. I'm rooting for you every step of the way. That's interesting. They fell like that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. You guys know I love this card, the Nine of Pentacles, because it's a single girl, hey girl, hey, of the tarot deck. Single girls growing up, the single independent person, you're learning how to do this. You're learning how to be this truly independent person. This is the card of collaboration, but it's the card of learning. We're learning. This is all about learning right now. What you're learning in the month of August, Gemini, is how to free yourself. Far out, man. I feel like we're friends. Okay, but for real, what you're learning is how to free yourself of this bondage, how to free yourself, how to take the blindfold off and really stand in your own power, how to fucking leave these swords behind, these negative thoughts, these negative words, self-defeating criticism, self-defeating self-criticism, because what you're finding is that it's only you that's suffering from being this way, from talking to yourself this way. You're moving on from something, you're moving on from troubled waters to calm waters. You're moving on from something you thought you could change, Gemini. You thought you could fix something or change something or transform something. You really thought that you could do it. And you learned that you cannot, that you did not, and that you were actually hurting yourself because there's something that you're not seeing. There was something about the situation that you were not open to, that you could not see in your vision. You just couldn't see something for what it was, whatever this was. We'll pull more cards to figure out what you're moving away from. But what we know for absolute clarity, without a shadow of a doubt, is that this whole process is happening to serve you learning how to be better at being you. And being the truth, like honoring who you really are, Gemini, is a very independent person. I'm not just talking about pentacles. For some of you, it's everything, where you have to get an independent pentacle program going for yourself. But more than that, it has to do with being mentally independent, not subscribing to someone else's mental scripts in your head, because that's what's holding up all of your happiness, your perfect love, your intuition, your success, your victory in life. All of that is crashing against your own mind. It's hard for you. It's hard for anyone, because it's not like you can just pick up this and put it over here and put it back down again. I knew it. I just so knew it. Look at the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Pentacles. This is from a parent. This is a negative, inherited mental, chemical addiction to negative feelings, to negative thoughts, self-limiting, self-restrictive thinking and thoughts and feelings. When we feel, it's like being addicted to anger, that cortisol that rushes through your system, like, yeah, you want to go, let's go, I'm here, let's do it. Knock your teeth and knock your lights out. You get addicted, you're triggered, you're easily triggered, and then you learn to love that trigger. You love to fight. Oh yeah, let's get into it. That's a negative chemical addiction that's going on in your brain. That's not even you. Has nothing to do with you. And you're going to wake up to that. You're going to realize, I don't want to fight anyone. I want to enjoy my time with my friends, my time with my family. I'm not even mad. Like, what they're doing is annoying, but I'm actually not really mad. There's no reason for me to be mad. Whatever it is, that's just anger. But this is absolutely holding yourself back in life. Family, work, career, relationships, self, intuition, mental acuity, this is affecting everything, Gemini. You're especially strong in the mind. And right now, all of your strength is like working against itself. And you're halting these energies are trying to get to you. Let me put it that way. These energies are trying to activate and work in your life. So if you look around and you see desolation and despair and poverty, there's something wrong here about how you're seeing and feeling and taking in the environment around you and working in your life. Because these energies are there. They're trying to get to you. And you're blocking it up. You're locking it up with your mind. You're realizing over the course of August 2019, or Crosswatcher, Gemini, your Gemini is realizing in the month of August that all of that negative mental programming is just that. It's programming. Gemini is mistaking this negative mental space, words, pettiness, or whatever it is not really who Gemini is. It's not really who they are. Because that's not a personality. Being negative is not a personality. It's not an individual. This is an individual. Gemini is learning who they really are without all of this baggage. This is all family baggage. That's all that this is. 10 of Pentacles, family baggage. They're learning who they are without their baggage of their parents. They're learning who they are without the legacy of chemical addiction. Who would Gemini be if they had a good childhood? Who would Gemini be if they didn't have a critical parent? Who would Gemini be if they had both of their parents in a loving home where there was no abuse and no criticism and no negative talk and no negative words? Who would that person, who is that? Who is that? Who would that be? Gemini is learning about this in the month of August 2019. I know. Learning of their own value. The Nine of Pentacles is a very well manifested person. Male, female, doesn't matter. They are someone who has already figured out how to live life. They've already figured out how to have a healthy bank account, how to have a healthy bank account and control their entire day, where they decide what they do. I'm going to go and play with my falcon. I'm going to go and take up falconry. I'm going to go and get these lessons and that lessons and such and this and that's and do's and de's. The Nine of Pentacles, feminine. It's a feminine, but doesn't have to be female. They are the Queen of Pentacles before they get married. So they have really come a very long way in terms of, actually right behind the 10 of Pentacles. Look, it's about completion. It's about actually completing this healing it's part of ancestral. It's part of Gemini having to have the burden of healing ancestral issues that their parents could not heal. The parents were not strong enough. Gemini, your parents did not have YouTube with psychic tarot readers. You do. So use it. I want you to win. I just want you to win, Gemini. Okay. I want to get into a little bit about this to really paint the picture for you, okay? Give me a second. Falconry. I said falconry, right? The falcon on her wrist, on her knuckles right there. The falcon represents well-controlled thought. Coincidence? I think not. Well-controlled thought. You're learning how to keep your thoughts well-controlled, that you control your mind. Your mind doesn't run away and control you, taking you back to horrible experiences, horrible memories, and no, that's not what you're learning about, how to control your own thoughts. Well-controlled thought. You see, she's the only one aside of the snail and the falcon in this pictogram. She's alone, but she's very safe in her possessions. She has this hedge behind her, the grapes that she grows. Gemini, you need more alone time. That's exactly what this is right here. Very solitary cards about going to be alone. You have to figure this out on your own, in your own mind, alone. And you're learning how to be great alone. That's what this is too. You're learning how to do everything that she is, which is why I'm spending some time getting into her right now. It's a solitary enjoyment of the good things in life, like falconry and wine and grapes and, ooh, I want grapes. Oh, I want grapes. Hold on. I have to write this down. I really want grapes. I had frozen grapes in LA and now I just want them now. Sorry. I like to stay organized. You know me, Capricorn. Okay, back to you. Solitary enjoyment of the good things in life. Here's the thing. She's about to become the Queen of Pentacles because she's learned everything she has to learn to run her own life. That includes wisdom where one's own interests lie. Right now, going into August, Gemini is not there yet. Nowhere near there yet. Because they're the ones from the ancestral inheritance that is very unwisely blocking all of the good things trying to come into their life, or that they already have in their life that they cannot see. Acting against yourself, blocking it. So you have to learn in the month of August, Gemini has to learn how to develop this wisdom so that you can make the choices that are best for your own interests. She knows how to do this. You're learning how. Material well-being. This person loves gardens. They love their home. They love. Okay. Okay, that feels good. That feels very, sorry, can't help it. Okay. I want to know more about, we only have a few minutes left. We'll start at the beginning again. Tell me more about the 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Chariot. We'll just go in order. Tell me, what else do you want us to know about the 10 of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Chariot, please, for Gemini? The month, too many cards. We already have the most important things in about that Hermit card, what you already need. Oh, that's right. You already know what you need to do, Gemini. You have to move away from that situation that's reaffirming that, bad situation. You have to take that alone time, alchemize that pain into wisdom, and learn how to really stand in your own power of who you really are. You are not your baggage. Right now, you are using your baggage as your identity, and that's not who you are. You are a real personality, okay? You're learning about that in August. You're learning it. At some stage, you're learning it, okay? So beginning for the September monthlies, there will be extensions. So this is a 30-minute free reading on YouTube. Then I will be offering an additional 30 minutes on top of the monthlies. So for instance, we have like one spread here for another 30 minutes. If this were an extended, I would go into all of the things that are there that are being held back, going into the legacy and the mental setbacks or the mental blockages that you have, going into what you learn how to leave, the hermit, what you learn in your hermit mode, or what guidance we have with that, and then going way into who you really are and what that really looks like, and what does independence look like for your life, and what else are you going to learn that you're supposed to learn, and how do we get you set up, and all of those things that I would explore in like the next half of in the extended. So it's a long time to figure out if it's resonating with you. So obviously if it's not resonating, you don't buy the extended, okay? And if it is resonating and you want the answers, then it's available to you. So I think it's a great way to help a lot of people that that are not going to be able to get a personal reading, and that's why I'm doing these extendeds. I'm also adding extended weekly readings. So the weekly readings are 10 minutes for free on YouTube, and then the extended will be 20 more minutes onto that reading. So it's a full 30-minute reading for the weekly. If it's resonating for you, if it's your story, or if you're cross-watching, you want to know what's going on in the other person's life. There will also be a tarot course. It's card by card, so you can just buy one card as you want to learn. I have 78 to do, so it's going to take a very long time. There will also be workshops, one-off screenwriting workshops by subject. So, plots will be one workshop. Character development, another workshop. Treatment writing, another workshop. So they'll be singly. You don't have to get the whole pack, just like with the tarot cards. And then last but not least, on the website, I'm adding this really cool feature. It's like a pay per minute video chat feature. So you'll be able to go on my website, thearctegan.com. You'll see if I'm online, and if I'm available, then you can actually book me instantly with a reading. And it's a live reading that I'm there. It's this setup, and then we can do this live reading in a live chat back and forth. So you can ask me questions in real time, watch me, and I interact with you. And It's really fun. I love having your website, so I wanted to try something kind of different and quirky and, fun and random. So that'll be available. Those readings will be on a first come, first serve basis, and they last as long as you put money into the payment gateway. So it's comparable to what I charge now for the private readings. Okay, Gemini. Let's go ahead and pull a Moonology card of advice for the Gemini for the month of August 2019, please. What can you tell us about Gemini regarding the spread, please, for August? Oh, work through your fears. I know it's scary, Gemini. I know. Okay, I've been through my dark night of the soul too. A lot of us have. You just have to work through your fears. You absolutely do. It's fears of the truth. You don't want to see the truth of your ancestral baggage. You don't want to see the truth of the pain. You don't want to know the truth. The truth is so painful. I know. I've been through it. I wouldn't be able to deliver these kinds of psychic tarot readings without having been through what I've been through. If I hadn't seen a thing or two, I wouldn't have the perspective. I wouldn't have the maturity level. I wouldn't have the wisdom to be able to get so much out of these cards and through my psychic faculties if I hadn't gone through exactly my own hermit mode, my own hermit time. I called 2018 my year of tears because I cried every single day of 2018 about something big. It took another 3 to 4 months to come out, to not cry every day, to kind of start to flex and stand up more, a little bit straighter. It's been a whole thing, okay? Then I started putting up YouTube videos. I mean, I have my own little story, okay? I'm just saying, I went through this, you're going to go through this, and I just support you every step of the way. So for any Geminis that want to book a personal reading with me to unpack this, to get very specific, you can ask about if it'll help you do your hermit journey, to know a little bit more, to get some clues about the family baggage or about who you are, what that looks like, or any help at all, any questions, feel free to book me with a personal reading and I'm happy to help. Okay, Gemini? All right. I wish you the very best. Let me know how it goes in the comments below, and I'll talk to you next time.